Okay, class. So, let's continue. So, when we say that language is very important in the education, these are the 6 importance of language. So, number 1, children receive a good foundation. So, actually, class, a growing body of research worldwide demonstrate that instruction in the mother tongue, no? Instruction daw po na ginagamit ang ating mother tongue. Pag sinabi po nating mother tongue, the basic language that we have, beginning in the first years of school and continuing as long as it's possible, helps the students in many ways. So what are those? Number 1, children receive a good foundation. So when taught first in their own language, children, learn better and are more self-confident and are well equipped to transfer their literacy and also numeracy skills to additional languages. So that is very important. Number 2, children performs better. So evidence from linguistically diverse countries worldwide, when a student have experience on going to different countries, different places, that he or she experienced different dialects and language, that helps them perform better. That shows that children taught first in their most familiar language are more likely to thrive and excel in school. Even in the coming future, they could learn different languages. Okay, next, fewer children repeat grades. So whenever we are teaching the basic to our students, whenever we are going to make our students learn, make sure that we are doing it simple to complex. Okay, lagi po yan ganyan ha. Wag po tayo magja-jump sa complex one if we don't teach our students what are the basic ones. Okay, so children who starts formal education po in a second or foreign language are much more likely to experience frustration and failure, resulting in higher dropouts, let's say, rates and for these children. So worldwide, some 50% of out of school children use a language at home that is not the language used in school. So what do this mean? Make sure that we improved and help our students learn to improve the language that they are using in their home. Tama? Kaya mother tongue is really important. Okay? Next, children fewer dropouts of school. Okay? So, yun na po yung summary natin. So, dun pala sa fewer children repeat school grades, so studies have found that students or children who start formal education in second or foreign language are more likely to repeat school years, and they have tendencies to be dropped out. So, what are the reasons why? Ulitin ko po, hindi po tayo pwede magturo ng complex sa mga students natin kapag po tayo ay hindi po nakapagturo or hindi po natin na-analyze na ang bata po ay hindi po maalam sa basic. Kaya nga po, diba, sa assessment po na subject natin, I allow you guys to learn or to realize that do not jump on the next lesson when your students do not learn everything that you have teach from the basic or the prior lessons. That is very important, class. Next po, children have more family support. So when children learn in their mother tongue, parents and families can be involved and support their education. When children are learning in a second or foreign language, families are often excluded from the process, diba? Kaya there were tendencies that if the assignments are English, hindi po matulungan ni parent, kasi po syempre si parent hindi po maalam sa English language. So that is very important that we should know that with the help of the mother tongue, with the help of the basic language, we can identify that family could be included in the learning process of the students. Okay? So, ano pong ibig sabihin naman? Malayo na po natin, no? Nasa goal 2 na tayo. Yung goal po ni MDG is ma-realize po ng bawat tao, ng bawat community, ng bawat member ng community rather, that language, the local language is very important to learn, and the local language could help the community prosper, grow, and succeed. Okay? And lastly, cycles of exclusion are broken. So what do we mean by that? By including our families and drawing on local cultural heritage, mother tongue-based education contributes to communities' social and social and cultural well-being and fosters inclusiveness within the wider society. So, ano pong ibig sabihin yan? There will be no exclusion. When we go out in our community, people will learn and learn and learn different languages because we know that our language is a mutual understanding of way of behavior. That's why local language should be taught in students. What are the policies and practice policies? Okay, basahin na lang po natin to. National education policies that prioritize learning in the mother tongue within a strategy to improve educational quality and assess are in the political and economic interests of countries with high levels of linguistic diversity. Sometimes, governments fears that mother tongue education may have negative social-political effects, and sometimes parents fear that mother tongue education may exclude their child from learning the dominant language in their country, which are often pathways to jobs and wider opportunities. So what do we mean by that po? A wide body of research suggests that in both cases that opposites is true. Fostering mother tongue-based education helps to reduce alienation and conflict. When we say alienation and conflict, it will cause behavior that are not familiar with the students and mutuality. And at the same time, the development partners can support governments by promoting the use of appropriate languages at the center pillar in achieving education quality and inclusion. So, ano pong ibig sabihin nito? The students and the community, the government should support our educational system in learning the local language, in learning the mother tongue, in learning the process of evolving the language. So, ano pong ibig sabihin nun, no? That our students should learn and prioritize learning language from their mother tongue to the basic language and then the complex one, which is the English, in order for them to communicate well. Right? Diba? Kaya kung mapapansin natin, no, that even political and economic interest, whenever we are watching commercials, we are seeing billboards kapag po may mga SONA, gumagamit po ng mother tongue or gumagamit po ng basic language for our students to relate and to know what does the government or the society is talking about, because they have the right to know these things and such, right? Number 3, promote gender equality and empower women. Okay, so that is the third one. So women and girls are disproportionately represented amongst the world's most marginalized people. In developing regions overall, despite improvements since 1990, many millions of girls are still not in school. Nearly 2/3 of the world's 796 million illiterate people are women, and high proportion of these are from ethno-linguistic minority community. So what can we, or sa ano pong ibig sabihin natin doon sa ethno-linguistic or ethnographic study, no? So when we say ethnographic studies or ethno-linguistic, it is a study of a language. It is the study of the structure of language, no, in a certain or relating to the scientific description of people's culture, their customs, and mutual differences. Okay? So, ibig sabihin daw po dyan, ang proportion or ang standard, ang position daw po ng babae sa community will be differentiated in accordance to their ethnological minority or majority in the community. So, ano pong ibig sabihin nun? Ang babae daw po is makikilanlan, depende po sa sinasamahan yung community. Diba? We have provinces, we have that minor places in the different parts of the Philippines wherein humans are not represented well. Actually, ang term lang po nila or ang gamit lang po sa kanila ng woman ay mag-reproduce ng generation. Okay? Kaya nga po sabi dyan, di ba? Many millions of girls are not still in school kasi they believe that the function of the ladies and the girls, the importance of girls are just to produce or to widen the community or to give population a placement. Ibig sabihin po, ang function lang doon ng babae is gamitin para magpadami. Which is tayo, bilang mga babae, no? Mga babae dyan, we believe that that is not just our function. We have the voice. We have the language to use, no? Just to empower and just to justify our function. So, what do we mean by that? Sabi dito, di ba, women and girls are disproportionately represented. Because when we say women, these are the type or the grown girls that have their professions, that have their jobs, and that meet their goals in life. And when we say girls, ito po yung mga walang trabaho, ito po yung mga nag-aaral pa lang, no? Okay? And kapag daw po ang babae, we know that naman, di ba? Most especially in different countries, kapag ang babae hindi pa nakapagtrabaho, ang function niya lang is katulong sa bahay, tagagawa ng gawaing bahay and all. Okay? So, that is the use of language. So, with the help of the language, no, sabi dito, women from minority groups are often particularly excluded from opportunities to improve their situation. Sad. Okay? But that is not the role of women. They suffer the compound impacts of discrimination based on the gender and discrimination based of ethnic, religious, linguistic diversity. So, investing a woman and girl has been described as a breakthrough strategy for achieving the MDGs. That is because research has found that improving women's control over resources, their level of decision-making power in the family, that is true, and holds the degree of control over their own physical security can help free up bottlenecks that hampers further progress across the MDG targets. So, ano pong ibig sabihin nun? Yung MDG po, their target is to normalize women power in the community. Right? Okay? Sabi dito, di ba? One of the functions or one of the thing that the MDG wants to achieve is that despite of the ethnic or religious linguistic diversity, women could be improved and be empowered. Okay? So, we believe in that.